Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Javik from CZT Ria Matheussen. Oh, it's a neat and kind of unique, in my opinion, organic tangle. And it starts off, all of a sudden it dawned on me, I'm going to try this a different way than I've been playing with it. And isn't it nice that I'm going to do it right here when I don't like to make any cuts, because then I have to start all over and I don't like to do that. So it starts off with a little bit of a spiral, and I usually start it down here at the base and come up, but I'm going to try it opposite and like this. That feels a little bit more natural than coming the other way. Up to you, whatever works best for you on how you do it. I always love it when I have these little brainstorms. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, wait. All right, and I'm sure that just makes it interesting. You just don't know what to expect, and that's a good thing. All right, then next. So we're going to put some like leaf-type shapes around the top of this. And as I was playing with it, it's like, okay, if you divide it into two steps, and I'm going to start down here. First is kind of an S shape, like that, and drawing it like upside down, because I think it's better to come from here, right? And then coming back around, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then really you could do, it's more of a C shape, sort of. Or you could add a little flare at the end. It's Zentangle. It really doesn't matter. And then working our way this way, and Ria has us doing 4 of these. I'm going to guess if you ended up doing, more or whatever, it's totally fine. Ria is not going to come, knocking at your door, calling you and saying, hey, I saw you doing that. And all right, next one. Now, these ones I found, the subsequent ones, doing it the opposite way. So like this one, I started with it on the right side. This, I like starting it on the left side. And kind of same, doing a bit of an S-ish shape, and then coming down here, and then using the hollow bow technique and just, essentially stop at the line you come to. Don't cross over it. And then we're imagining that, we're coming back down to here. And that's why I like to say hollow bow, because even though, you're stopping here, if when you're doing this line, imagine you're coming back, because that way you get this flow, and it's not just, boom, stop there. There's something to that. It's really interesting. All right, and then we're going to work our way this way, and same idea. I end up drawing these, I don't know if it's bigger than they should be or not. I was having trouble on my step out. Getting them to fit on, I was like, I can't fit very many because I make these parts too big. But that's something fun to play with when you do this. All right, and then the last one kind of ends down, although, like I said, it's Zentangle. You can do whatever you want. And I'm going to start this one going down, just like I was starting these on the left edge. This way, it's like, all right, I have to come down because there it is, and then coming back, and then just same thing, we're landing it right there on the last one, like that. And then coming from the middle here, we're going to do the same thing again, but I you know what, I really was liking, I'm going to do it but I want to get it going the other direction. So, and then, you know what? Here's another thought. There's another thought that I just entered my head, me talking to me. When I do it that way, then I can really monitor, or what's the right word? I can place this part where I want it, where if I'm going up like this, a lot of times it might go longer than I want it. So there's another reason, Heather, to do it this way. Yeah, totally better. And then it's the same thing. We're just doing it on the other side. So it's not, we're not doing anything different. Like I said, it's just mirrored. Although, that, I know for me, causes its own issues doing it the opposite direction. But, I think, when you get the idea and just have fun with it. That's the point. And this one, because it's going to come down and kind of cross, let's hollow it underneath here. And let's see, it would be coming up. Oh, wait. Let's just have it come out here. Oh, that's fun. And let's see. I think it looks like I can get one more. And just alternating the direction of these. Yeah, I'm also finding I'm getting more of that S shape coming down than going up. And it's interesting, like listening to a number of people, and then especially when Zentangle HQ, does things, and especially like the project packs and stuff, when they're talking about the way they tangle. And, some like to draw towards them, some like to draw away. It's just interesting that we're all a little bit different in how we do it. And if you can get it all in one stroke, do it, Sometimes it's like it takes me this long and I get courageous enough. Like that. Oh, they're all different-ish. Yeah, nice. Okay. Nice, if I do say so myself, because it's like, I felt more comfortable doing it this time than when I was playing with it. So, all right. Then we get to decorate. In Ria's step out, her decoration really is doing perfing, which is a tangle enhancer. Those that were on my last class where we focused on, I don't know, I didn't count. It was like 17 tangle enhancers or something like that. Oh my gosh, was that a lot of fun. But we'll just put this perfing along the inside. And then when we have a hollowed section, and actually I like to start here. This is where I started anyway. And stop there, because that helps to, accentuate this is hollowed. And we'll do that for all of these. And while I do this, I want to mention to make sure and go take a look at the For More Inspiration link, because Ria has some neat variations on this that you could do. One, and I love, she called it trembled. So all of these, nice S-shaped curve lines, C-shaped curve lines that we did up here. If you have a shaky hand, don't even worry about it, because she has that as a variation. So, because I know a lot that you're like, oh, well, I can't do that, because it's like, oh, yes, you can. And look at, Ria made a whole variation based on that. And then also, filling in with, different shades of gray and black. So like one, I think, she does this one, has it filled in with the black, and then using white for the dots. And then, dark gray, lighter gray, and then, just a little bit, of shading. And just neat ideas. And then aura-ing around the whole thing. There's so many fun things that we can do with our tangles afterwards, just to have fun with them and make them, kind of our own. But look at how neat it looks with that perfing. That was one of the things that we were remarking in this class, is like, all of these little tangle enhancers. It's just amazing how they do enhance what we're doing. And it's like, that's the reason that I love the line dot dot. That's what I call it. Oh, should have had that in my list of tangle enhancers. All right, next time I do it, it's on the list. I didn't even think about it as being a tangle enhancer until now. But it is. It totally saves tangles. It's just, it really does. So many of these things do. It's just neat, 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 neat. All right, let's do some shading. And first thing in shading that we're going to do is where stuff is hollowed or tucked under. So those areas. And you might be wondering, why did she skip? Well, you know what? I should just go ahead with these. Why did she skip that one? Well, I like to have the tip of the pencil where I don't want to go over. So that's why. So that way, like I said, and the tortillon as well. So sometimes, usually I forget I was going to go ahead and do the others, but why not do it while it's there? Look at how neat. So look at how neat that looks in comparison. It looks cool already, right? But gosh, the shading, it just brings such life. Tis so neat. And using the tortillon just to make a nice soft gradient. Now, I do feel like, because this is just here empty, and I'm going to put some just around here because it's all kind of attached. So I like to think where things tuck under, where things are gathered, is a good place to add the shading. And then too, you could kind of play a little bit with the darkness of it, you know, and maybe just so that way it's not like all the same kind of gray, you know, so maybe, and it's up to you, right, around here maybe could be darker than these bits. And naturally it will be if you do one after the others. Okay. And then too, and then let me get this. I don't like the little, I like it being soft. I don't like those little lines. Okay, and what I'm going to do last is, let's, just with what's left on the tortillon. Look at that. So on some of the tips that where there's maybe where it's a little bit longer, well, they're all a little bit longer. You just want to, it creates a neat bend in them, but you have to have original tile color so that way it create that bend. Otherwise, it's just all gray. Oh, and you know what? I'm sure somebody was saying, but wait, you missed that part there. That's hollowed. I did. Sorry. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. There we go. Oh, that looks cool. And then let's get these tips. You know, and just, no, this one's still just a little bit, not maybe as much, because it's touching that one, so it's not bending as much as the others. I like to make up stories with my tangles. Oh, isn't that neat? Oh my goodness. It is so cool. And then on top of it, if you could have some fun if you wanted to, which way would I go with that? This way? I guess I will. I always think it's a neat look. And you just have to be careful not to go over. Oh, see how that just... Oh, that's just neat. You know, and something like that you could do depending on the spiral. I don't even know what you call that. I mean, it makes this kind of look poofier over here. It's just, I don't know, it's just interesting. It's just interesting. Ah, so cool. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, would love it if you click the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, go ahead and click the subscribe button as well. Oh, and just so you know, I haven't mentioned it in a while. I do post at least once a day with a daily tangle like this. On occasion, I will post maybe 2 others because and as I get caught up, even when I get work to get caught up on some of the class replays, I do the replays of the free classes. I try to, and but I try not to do more than one class a day, just because it doesn't seem like it makes any sense to throw a bunch out there, just rather, do it, in a couple days or something like that. So I mention this because while you subscribe, check the notification bell or the notification settings to make sure that they're set the way you want them to. I personally don't like my phone blowing up, or my device for having a pile of emails every time somebody that I subscribe to does something. So I just turn those all off, and I would much, much rather have you be a subscriber than to get notifications. Because if that's not how you work, that's not how you work, and it's better not to be like annoyed. Oh my gosh, there's that Heather again. Ugh, posting again. But anyway, just so you know that, because you can set it to not notify you. All right, and in the description section, links to the step outs. I already mentioned that, to make sure to take a look at Ria's. That's the For More Inspiration link, so you can see her beautiful work and sample. And you know what? And if you go, it's enlarged down below, just so that way you know. Good. And I just noticed that just now. And because some of the numbers are hard to read on her thing, but I had it right, so that's good. All right. Below that, ways to connect with me if you wish. I have a link to my website, Facebook page. If you follow me there, you can follow my blog, which is on my website. And if you'd like to be part of the conversation, and as I mentioned yesterday in yesterday's Daily Tangle, if you want a nice, safe space to explore and grow with Zentangle, the Zentangle method, come and join us, because that is what it is indeed. We have a great group of people that are super supportive, and it's not about how it looks, it's about the fact that you're just doing it. And I appreciate that with all of my my Tangle family, that makes sure that we get that message across to all of our fellow Tangle addicts that are in the group. So join us there. Come join me for some free classes. This is something that we could have done on a class. I would take something like this and maybe pair it with another Tangle, maybe not. And it's an hour. We have fun playing with it. Mom is my co-host, and we just have a lot of fun. The chat is always crazy, and it's a good time. So come enjoy. We throw in the laughter with our Zen, so that way not only do you get the benefit of the repetitive strokes that create the meditative process, but there's no reason why you can't laugh and do that at the same time, as all of us have found, and it works really, really well. All right. So with that, come join us. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.